Today, we're diving into the novel Magic in Porto. It's all about a young boy's incredible journey of self-discovery, and it happens right in the middle of one of Portugal's most enchanting and historic cities. Okay, so let's just start with this question. Imagine you've moved somewhere totally new, you're feeling completely lost, and then you find out that the city itself, well, it has a voice, it has secrets, and it's been waiting for you. This is the world we're jumping into with our main character, Leo, who finds out that in Porto, that's exactly what happens. So we begin in what you might call the ordinary world of our hero's journey. We meet 16-year-old Leo Costa. He's just moved from London to Porto right after his father passed away. He's totally adrift, he's grieving, and he's just struggling to find his place in a city that, should feel like home, but it really, really doesn't. And you can just feel the whiplash here. London, everything he knew, it was familiar. But Porto, with all its bright colors and a language he barely speaks, it just feels alien. He's literally surrounded by his own heritage, but he feels like a complete stranger. And this line right here, it just perfectly captures where he's at. He says this to a new classmate, Clara, and you can just picture the scene. It's not just about being the new kid. It's this really deep feeling of being completely unseen. That's his starting point. Of course, every great story needs a catalyst, right? A call to adventure that just shakes everything up. For Leo, that call comes in the form of his new, super sharp friend, Clara, who is just not going to let him fade into the background. So she takes him to this place, the absolutely world-famous Livraria Lello. I mean, look at it. It's way more than just a bookstore. It's a local legend. Clara is convinced there's actual magic in the air there. And for Leo, this is basically the doorway to a whole new reality. So inside, this old book with a shimmering blue cover basically calls out to Leo. And as soon as he touches it, the mysterious owner, Senor Almeida, shows up and says this. It's such a perfect mentor moment, right? It confirms that, yeah, this is no accident. This is destiny. So, with the book in his hands, Leo's accepted the call. He's officially crossing the line from his normal, grief-filled world into one that's just brimming with ancient secrets and some seriously forgotten magic. Now, this awakening doesn't happen all at once, like flipping a switch. It happens in stages. First, he has this incredibly vivid prophetic dream. Then, he starts seeing these ancient symbols from the dream literally carved into buildings around the city. And finally, all of that leads to him creating his very first real spark of magic. In that dream, this amazing luminous serpent guardian comes out of the Douro River. And it tells him not only that he's been chosen, but that he has to connect with his Portuguese heritage to unlock the power that's already in him. It's the first time his heritage is framed as a source of strength, not something that makes him an outsider. And here it is, his first moments of actually controlling it. They're down by the river, and with Clara right there cheering him on, Leo just goes for it. He reads from the book, and the magic responds. That tiny little spark of light is a huge deal. It's proof. This is real, and it's his. But, as always, with great power comes, well, As Leo's abilities grow, so does the danger. Every hero has to face a shadow, and in Porto, that shadow actually has a name. So Leo and Clara learn about this really malevolent force from their friends and mentors. O Sombra isn't just some monster. It's a creature of darkness that is literally drawn to new magic. And the worst part? It actually feeds on fear and doubt. And the tension just starts to build. You feel it across the whole city. Lights start flickering, you hear these whispers in the alleys at night, and then things get really scary. People actually start going missing. It's obvious Alsombra is getting stronger. And this is the crucial part. Their mentor, Senor Almeida, warns them that O Sombra's biggest weapon is all in their heads. It preys on despair, on feeling insecure, and that makes Leo, who started this whole thing feeling lost and invisible, the perfect target. Their only defense is to stay brave and stick together. Okay, so all this tension has to lead somewhere, right? It leads to what we'd call the first ordeal, a huge, direct showdown. Leo and Clara decide they can't just wait for the darkness to come to them. They've got to face it. And they pick one of the most famous spots in all of Porto, the Dom Luís Bridge, as their battleground. You can just picture it. Dusk, the city lights are starting to twinkle below, and they're there, ready to lure O Sombra out and make their stand. The creature just oozes out of the shadows, this shifting form of pure darkness, and its voice is just dripping with contempt.
It taunts them, calling them children, totally underestimating them because it's so sure it can just overwhelm them with fear.
But this is where you see just how much Leo has changed. He doesn't back down. He and Clara stand together, and their voices are one. They shout that they're not afraid, directly challenging the one thing that gives O Sombra its power.
And this is so important. They join hands. It's not just Leo's magic anymore, it's their combined power, their friendship. They channel everything they have into one brilliant blast of light that just explodes outwards and vaporizes the creature. Light wins. So after that fight, Leo was a different person. He is no longer that lost kid who felt invisible. Not at all. He's a protector. He's faced the darkness, and he won. He's found his purpose.
And this quote, this is the whole heart of the story. He finally says it out loud. His journey was never just about finding magic. It was about finding his place in the world by connecting with his city, his heritage, and his friend. And then they get their reward, their new job title, you could say, from Senor Almeida. He confirms it. They've proven themselves. They are now the potential guardians of Porto. This gives Leo's new sense of belonging a real, vital mission. So Leo's journey from being this invisible stranger to a guardian of the city just goes to show you that finding where you belong is really about finding the magic that's hidden inside yourself. And with Osombra gone, for now, you just have to wonder, what other ancient secrets are just waiting to be woken up in the streets of Porto?